So my name is Zulynette Morales. I am a full-time artist and poet. I do a lot of things that go under those two umbrellas. So for example, here at Hull, what I'm doing is facilitating poetry workshops that will then be used to create artwork related to identity, to who we are, to what we see happening in the world, in our communities, with ourselves, and connecting the two to hopefully create some greater change in the world and in our communities.
So the project that brought Zulynette in, the title of the project is called The Power of My Story. This past summer I was researching some grant opportunities to bring in some visiting artists, and I ended up applying for a teaching tolerance grant and being awarded that grant that allowed us to bring Zulynette in, as well as bring in the photo text exhibit that's behind me through an organization called Family Diversity Projects.
I think the biggest goal for my students is for them to be honest, is for them to be truthful, to be able to own their stories, to hear themselves, to hear each other, and to connect with one another. Maybe you'll learn something about somebody that you've known for years that you hadn't known before, whether it's like a talent that they had, maybe they're a dope poet and you didn't know it before, or maybe they're going through something that you didn't know before this session, or they're going through something similar to you. So it's really about connection, it's about healing, it's about empowering, and it's about using your voice and recognizing the importance of your voice, because youth are always at the forefront of every major change.
At her desk, school finished at 3. Holding back her tears, she can't let anyone see. Behind her smile lay secrets so dark. You hurt her, don't you know? You left your mark. She believes what you say since you repeat it all the time. All the uglies and stupids, the you're worthless just dies. You didn't mean to do it. I was kidding, you say, but you realize you ruined her, and you can't take that away.
Zulynette was very accepting, very vibrant, new, fresh. I thought it was an awesome experience because we got to go in the auditorium and just sit in small groups and talk to each other about our experiences. And I feel like since she's a part of a minority group, she was you could really connect with her and talk to her about topics that we see today. So I thought it was awesome.
I thought she was really kind and open, and she was really genuine when listening to us. Like, she would honestly look like she had the most interested look on her face whenever we were trying to explain something about our life or about something we enjoyed, and I just really thought that was awesome because I don't usually get to express what I like because most people don't like it, and she just seemed to really connect and seem really engaged when I was speaking.
I love the vibe of the school and the students. Everybody so far has just been willing to jump in and do the activities and perform and put themselves out there and be vulnerable with each other, which I think has been really great, including the staff. It hasn't just been the students. So seeing that sort of support for each other has been really great, and seeing you all, the students, interact with each other, it's been fun, emotional, in a positive way. So looking forward to the open mic. I love seeing other people on stage. I love seeing students that I work with on stage. I love seeing youth push themselves and challenge themselves in positive ways to grow, and supporting one another, whether it's snapping or clapping or saying you could do this if you stumble, and expressing themselves and using their voice. I'm so freaking excited for November.
The overall impact was, I feel like I don't have to be afraid to be myself anymore. Like, you don't have to be afraid of what people think about you or judgment. Just not be afraid to be who you truly are. Just don't hide that.
I think it's so important for students to have these opportunities to investigate who they are, reflect on their own stories, and kind of think about how their experiences have shaped who they are and how they impact other people.
Jump feet first into this jungle and join me. Down this everything but gentle journey, we're jutting jewels and gems, and you are surely to be found. Shoot, it's my job. I have come to bring home the lost. What is poetry to me? It is both the soothing band-aid and pain felt when ripping it from your flesh. We artists are constantly healing and exposing our scars. My poetry is intricate, involved, complex, but oh so satisfying. Sometimes tedious, but man, that outcome. So splattered on notebook like jello. How am I not magical? I take nothingness and transform it into intangible, transmuting it into inspiration. Breathe bone and mold around it with metaphysical meat, infusing it with sacred stardust and just a little bit of gangsta wit. I rummage through rubbish, taking old magical tools and turn throwaways into pure gold. I rescue orphaned ideas, supplying solace in the sanctuary of my spirit's fortress. I am the most dangerous thing in the forest. A shape-shifting wolf woman with the wicked intent to free you. Arte me hace una bruja con el poder de alterar su existencia. I am a mercenary en una misión para matar a su miedo. When I create, I cast spells on the corruption cemented in our core. Art makes me a target. We artists are menacing beasts, whether we hail from the sticks or concrete. This is guerrilla warfare. My passions are priority. They are my go-to weaponry. I sharpen and reload them every night. Train myself in how to dismantle and rebuild them without sight. My artistry bears with it great responsibility. I am a walking PSA, a spokesperson, an agitator, a debate, someone's strength, cognitive dissonance, heartbreak, a meeting of the minds, a confirmation, a confession, a confidant, and sometimes I'm just a cocky mother. Shut your mouth. It is where the untamable fire of my lion heart and the soothing divine speak, so that my will be replenished to go on creating, aching and breaking, chasing and untangling, facing and embracing all that chaotically courses through me. This is uncaged alchemy to continue on this creative conquest of Powerhouse.